I'm going to be talking to you about these little soccer balls and the great ball contraption. So here we go. We're starting at the beginning of the loop. We've got Tom Atkinson's train that's stuck right now. Shh, don't tell him. All right, so the train dumps and the balls start down the path. So they roll on down in here, and they come up inside of Jeremy's big lifting thing, and they spin down the sides, and we have a great time watching the balls go further into Benjamin Moody's modules. Jeremy's brother, who isn't here, but Jeremy was nice enough to bring his stuff. So we got balls rolling down through these nice little lifts that push them along slowly, and then a nice homemade chain here. And then they roll down to Jeremy's big old probability buster. So if we step down to that, you know, here you got balls that go in and they build up the bell curve, and then on a timer, then after a certain time, it just dumps the balls out. Half of them stay in the module to recirculate, half of them move on. And so as we move on to the next part, he's got a little chain output here that lifts the balls back up and feeds them on. And then they're dropping into a new module that initially was Bill Anjo's module, but we're going to call it a collaboration now, because there are about 5 of us that worked with Bill to get this wave module running this weekend. Rafe Donahue and myself and Jeremy and Tom and Bill, we all worked hard to get it done, and it's up and running now. It's been running great all day. And then we move on to this set of 4 modules that all look the same. And this is one of the Brick World stacker modules, but Bill has spread them out linear so that they go up. And we'll see at the other end of the display a set of modules like this that go spiral. So moving on from there, you get to another old Brick World class kit that Bill has made 4 copies of, and we just run down this whole head of class kits, and they're just simple chains lifting up the balls and moving them forward. And then we get to this massive red counter.
What in the world?
Yeah, it's made by Mr. Red, so it had to be red, right? So it's a big binary mechanical counter, and you see the dials down the side here that are indicating how many balls have passed through today. Last time I checked, we were somewhere in the neighborhood of 12,000. There you go, we're up to 14,000 balls. You hear the peanut gallery yell. So Bill's got this bad boy up and running. And Josh, if you can focus up here at the top, you see this axle, everyone? Yeah, we're going to be working on that by the end of the weekend. It's kind of bowed, so there's some work here.
I see some plastic dust.
There's definitely, this is the GBC. It goes without saying, there's plastic dust. So moving on past the output, you have another wave module that I believe Bill also made. And then it feeds on down into a stair-step module made by Tom Atkinson. And this module's been around a long time. Great module, very reliable, very consistent. And then a simple rotary pusher here that moves the balls on into an Archimedes screw. And this is a nice Archimedes screw because it can also be set to recirculate, so we can capture balls here if we have trouble.
And the inside of the screw, are those arches? Inverted arches?
I believe those are, well, those aren't inverted arches. They are the bottom piece of an arch, yeah. Right. And then 1x5 half-thick lift arms that make the screw itself.
Very slick.
And then a simple single-step lifter here by Tom Atkinson. And then another chain module and a couple more simple single-step lifters. Then we get to this really cool new module here we're going to talk about a bit. Phil Udy put this in. This is the first time this has been shown. This had a few issues. Now I'm going to straighten out a little stuck here right now. But it's a mechanical switching module. So if you watch, each of the 4 lifters, they don't go up if they don't have a ball. So they're actually mechanically detecting the ball. You can see the axle being pushed in and out of the place where the ball drops in. And when the axle gets stopped by a ball, it turns the other side of a differential, which actually causes the arm to lift. So it's a really neat mechanical concept to just make the things move that have to move.
That's pretty amazing.
And then we're in some old hat modules here. Tom's lifter in little water wheel module that's bringing some balls in recirculate and dropping some balls out to the next. Where we have the inverted treads inside here rolling around and picking the balls up and dumping them on out. into the old reliable shooter. And if you notice right here on the top, we've added a brick to this one. Tom only brings this for a certain reason. This particular mock is only here to annoy Tom. So, and it's been working all day. I mean, annoying him, not actually operating.
Okay. Very nice, very nice.
So then we get to the pneumatic bulldozer. The pneumatic bulldozer lift is next, and I think everyone's seen this, where it's dropping them into the buckets and it slowly moves them forward. We got a bit of a backup of balls here now, but it'll catch up. Then we get to another little 1-ball single-step module. Again, Tom Atkinson's, and then his little 4-ball hopper here, moving the balls up. This is a really cool module we've always loved. And it's Tom's, and down the long ramp we go. And then we get to the black lifting kind of semi-wave module. It's really not much of a wave. It's more of a scoop that's dumping itself. And then the really cool compression lift here, where this is mechanically changing direction by turning polarity switches at each end as it goes up and down. So it's self-regulating, so there's no NXT or RCX attached to that.
This one looks a little bit evil. I've not felt that way about a module until just now. It looks a little evil.
Yeah, it's been kind of evil today. The balls get underneath and they get stuck. But, you know, again, it is the GBC.
Yes.
All right, and then we're on to this nice NXT-based counter module that Tom has. Just counting away on the balls. I don't know what the count is on the other side.
1, 6, 9, 6.
Oh, a little discrepancy between this side of the table and that side of the table.
I'm sure a couple balls, maybe.
It could be that there was some bypassing going on. You never know. You never know. And then we have a brand new module here by a brand new participant in GBC. And I apologize that I don't know his name, but he came in with his nice simple tread lift and an awesome use of these tan tracks with these fork. What are these? This is incredible. And made by Peter Bradbury. That's his name. Yeah, Peter Bradbury did this.
I'm sure the origin of
this needed a little tweaking here and there when he put it up yesterday, but we got a couple little bugs worked out of it, and it's been running hotness all day, baby. Loved it.
Very simple, very effective.
Yes, absolutely. Again, another one of Tom's modules, a simple rotary lift, just a set of 5 of them to push it up. We're upset with Tom because he's got almost the Brick World colors here, but not quite. He doesn't know what this tan stuff is about. We're going to have to get those reorganized so they match the plates. And then the big old Ferris wheel that just awes the kids when they walk up, because it's something that stands tall, and tall is always good. All right, ye old push lift here. I still remember the days when Tom's had troubles with this before he added these little tracks inside that really made it run smooth and nothing gets jammed anymore. This has run great all day long, no troubles. And then another simple tread lift here, brings the balls up, drops it into this nice passive module. Balls just roll down this module to the other end. So the big red tunnel, the tunnel of love, perhaps. The tunnel of love of the GBC, you never know. And then we're into another one of Tom's wave modules, and that wave module then moves us on into the drawbridge module that allows people like me to get in and out without having to crawl on the floor. Yep. And I can't tell you how much we appreciate those modules. Moving on across the bridge here, we get to another one of Tom's little shooter modules. Tom is really big into throwing the balls in the air. I love it. I mean, that's what people, they're impressive. You know, not always the most reliable modules on the table, but they are impressive modules, and that's part of the coolness.
Uh-oh, we got a jam.
So,
is it just here in the back?
Then we roll into...
It appears we might have a jam situation a little further on down the track.
For 1 second. Can we pause for 1 second?
One pause, 1 second.
All right, now back from our commercial break, right? Then it was a good time for a break, because we switched from Tom to Rafe Donahue. So then we have a whole slew of Rafe Donahue's little modules here, from a little homemade chain lift, with this most interesting agitator here, where the whole input bin's shaking up and down. to a simple, another one of the Brick World workshop modules from a couple years ago, and down into a nice smooth wave module that Rafe has made. And the other thing about these, you notice is the shaft running along the back. This whole set of modules powered by one motor way down here at the far end, and it drives this whole set of 5 modules. So he's green, man. He saves power for us. It's all good. Then another little chain lift module into another chain lift module that brings the balls up and down a long ramp. Nice little castle. You gotta appreciate the castle decoration that Rafe did.
Let's just take a moment to appreciate that sand red.
Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Okay, another commercial break over. There's nothing in my drink cup. The ice cream man, stop me when you're passing by. All right, so we're out of Rafe's modules, and we're into. Oh, hey, these are my modules.
What?
Yeah, I know. I actually brought stuff. It's kind of crazy.
Oh, Brian.
So we got the start of the stacker module from Brick World this year, and we didn't have many to add to it, so we just left my module stand alone as a small stack. We're a short stack here. We're not a tall stack. So
full stack.
Full stack. That's right, not a full stack. And then we got a new module that was created a few months ago. I worked collaboratively with a 9-year-old that has been wanting to be part of the GBC. He helps us with the GBC in Fort Wayne every year, and he's a little ball watcher, but he wanted to make a module, so I worked with him, and he got a little module running. This is his 3rd event. It's run flawlessly for all 3 events.
Funny, a 9-year-old builds a better module than a 45-year-old.
Not so bad. Well, a little help, maybe,
okay. There you go. It was the teacher.
That's right. It's all about the teacher. All right, we got some jam issue going on here. I don't know what's going on. That doesn't sound good. Got a little gear slipping.
This is all part of the GBC mystique.
There we go. All right. That's what we got going on here. We got people that have pushed the output ramp into the wrong place. So you got to fix. If you don't fix your own modules, no one else will do it.
Tisk.
It happens. Well, we'll just leave that off for the moment and we'll move on.
What you're witnessing, this is GBC. This is real GBC. This is not fake GBC. This is not polished GBC. This is real, raw GBC.
Raw. Absolutely raw. All right, then we're into the big old shush module, which, it's a nice homemade chain that I did about 10 years ago. One of the very first modules I made. And then the drop does like a ski run. And
McDonald's characters on the slopes making an appearance inside.
Back to a couple of Rafe's modules here. We got a nice Archimedes screw running up, and then another stair module. Then we move back into a couple of my modules. This is kind of a cool Blue Steps. It's been around for 9-10 years, but it's gone through a little facelift lately. In that now, if it jams, it automatically changes directions and keeps running. So a jam just flips the polarity switch over, and the module keeps on working, just like nothing happened.
That's pretty slick.
Self-correcting GBC module. If you're going to build one, that's what we want to see. And we got another double step module that moves balls in a little bit bigger batches than the narrower steps. Another one of the Brick World stacker modules made by Rafe. And then we're to the train loading station. And the rest of the loop's closed by the train running around. So that's
about it. Well, thank you so much for sharing with us, Brian.
Total of 59 modules. We're thrilled to be here. If you're in Alabama tomorrow, come on out.
Awesome. Thank you, Brian.